discussion, konti lang naman siya ano. Kasi upon my discussion last time with O2 ay hanggang fields field test for drilling fluids lang din yung na-discuss namin. However, I have added the discussion of computing or the computation with regards sa rheology of the drilling fluid. So we have, just to recall, we have those plastic viscosity, yield point, and the gel strength. Wherein yung gel strength is subdivided into two, the 10-minute and the 10-second gel strength. No? So those are the rheology of the drilling fluids, and by definition, yung rheology is yun yung tinatawag na deformation or the flow of these matters that is specified for the non-Newtonian fluids. No. Ano ba pag sinabi ng non-Newtonian fluids? So basically, those are fluids that does not follow the law of physics. Maybe in terms of Newtonian's physics or Newtonian's branch of physics, it doesn't follow it. No. So some of the examples ng mga non-Newtonian fluids ay yung mga toothpaste, ano pa, yung mga gel, yung sa mga buhok na ginagamit. And drilling fluid is considered as non-Newtonian fluid, no? So this non-Newtonian fluid, they have different branches or different types, no? So we have yung tinatawag na binghang plastic, and basically for our thesis last time, yung ginamit namin is binghang plastic, no? So much for that. I would be sharing one of the work nung previous batch for this kasi I cannot find my materials with regards doon nga sa kanilang doon sa mismong discussion about that, but I have here one sample. So basically this one naman is and I think this is present naman sa inyong um diyan sa inyong end of chapter exercises under chapter chapter 4. No? So let me just share my screen. Kindly inform me if visible na po siya. Wait lang. I'll be sharing this one first. Can you see? Visible na po on your end. Okay. So for the discussion of this, we have here. So technically, I have here the hint already for solving H. Okay. So generally, we have here our equation for solving, this is the shear stress equation, no? Yung tinatawag na shear stress equation, which is denoted by tau, which is a Greek letter that is in resemblance with T, or kahawig niya yung T. No? So this tau is equal to tau y. This tau y is pertaining naman to our yield point. Then added to the product of the plastic viscosity, which is denoted by mu p. Then we have the gamma, which is the shear rate. No? So basically, for this particular, in a general way, we have a given shear rate. So we assume that the shear rate is constant at 500 seconds raised to negative 1, or 500 per second. This is pertaining to the shear rate or the rate of the shear, which is somehow analogous with the frequency. Kaya yun yung ating unit, which is per second. No? Okay, so we have here a given table. No, so let's try it on this specific example. So basically, the data present here are from our thesis. Mm. And this table shows the reading or the dial reading that we have obtained from the rotational viscometer. And by review, we have already discussed rotational viscometer. Siya nga yung ginagamit namin for getting these rheological properties. No. So we quantify the rheological properties based on the reading. Okay. So based from this example, we have different readings from 600, 300 to 200. Then we have a data for 10-second jaw strength and 10-minute gel strength. So, paano nangyari yan? Or saan galing yan? So, basically, the reading was based on the rotational viscometer. 'Di ba I have shown to you na sumisilip kami doon sa parang monoscope na part, yung sa sisilipan talaga siya. Then, may makikita ka doong um, tawag doon. Basta yung mga gridded lines. Are you familiar with ano, yung mga multimeter, yung sa electricity, yung multimeter, AC/DC multimeter. Yung ganun yung itsura. Ganun yung itsura niya pero pabilog siya. Then this one is in steel. Yung sa ganun is black and red yung ginagamit. But this one is more of carving doon sa steel or yung sa metal plate. So yung metal plate, pabilog po siya. Imagine this, pabilog siya, then there is a needle. Then yung needle that indicates the reading, no? So tatapat siya sa 18, 19, or 17 based on this one. So, okay, we have here the shear stress, we have the yield point, we have the plastic viscosity, and the shear rate. No? So, paano natin nako-compute yung bawat isang yan? So, let me share to you one of the work from last year. So, this one is based on JC's work. So, if you're familiar with JC, our first ever cum laude, be sharing my screen. This is 2.1. Yeah. Where is it? Nawala siya. Wait lang. Yeah. Ito. If I'm not mistaken, this is the exact um, problem stated on your ano. So I'll be explaining na lang it to you for you to have the idea. No. So yung first step po for this one, or syempre, to find, di ba we have three readings? What is the significance of this three reading? So this three reading is for us to have the validity. Okay? So we need to have a firm number. So we try it 3 times, or the trial is done thrice. Okay? So normally, 5 times, 10 times, but during our time, we requested, actually, yung sinasuggest sa amin was ng panel is to do it 5 times per sample, which is very time consuming on our end. That's why we requested na gawin na lang siyang thrice. And pumayag naman sila. Since doing it thrice, there's still validity. However, it is minimized or it is reduced. No, yung magiging makukonsume naming time. Then, the first step po is to find the average. For example, you have here 600 RPM. For this particular concentration or dami nung ating soda ash ha. So we have 600 RPM. So this ash is ano ha, yung reading nito is doon sa rotational viscometer and yung laman ng baso is drilling fluid. And this commercial soda ash, this serves as the flocculant. And yung concentration niya is nag-iiba-iba. And for this case, 0.25 grams po yung ginamit. Then, using 0.25 grams of soda ash, the reading for 600 RPM. So this RPM is pertaining to the rotary speed of the rotational viscometer. Yung rotational viscometer, may kanya-kanya siya, may setting po iyan. We have 600 RPM, 300 RPM, 200. If I'm not mistaken, there's still 100. Di ko na lang siya in-include dyan. Then, lower pa. Meron pa nga siyang 6 and 3. Yung 6 RPM and 3 RPM. So, sobrang bagal na ng pag-ikot niya. Okay, so anyways, let's focus dito kasi ang mahalaga lang naman dito for the competition would be the 600 and the 300. No. So yung first step, just like what I have mentioned earlier, average. So the average of this is 18, tama? 18 times plus 19 plus 17, then divide 3. So that's 18. The average of this one is, if I'm not mistaken, is 13.67. Then the average of this one is 12.33. So average mo lang siya, pati ito and ito. Okay? And after doing that, you have already the average data. So I'll be showing you exactly the work of Engineer JC. Visible na po iyan. on your end. Okay. So, yan. So, in-average niya po yan dito sa part na to. So, average na yan. Then, the next step is for us to find the individual rheological property. The first thing that we need to find is the plastic viscosity. For plastic viscosity, we have the formula, yung reading sa 600 RPM minus reading sa 300 RPM. So basically, for this particular example, we have the reading in 600 is 18 minus the reading in 300 which is 13.667. In order for us to get mu P or the plastic viscosity, minus lang natin siya which will give us 4.33. Nakukuha yun sa plastic viscosity. Guys, nakukuha po ang plastic viscosity. So yung reading, this is pertaining to the average reading. Okay? So yun ay tatlong column kasi this is pertaining to that 0.25 grams. Etong, kita ba yung aking cursor na nagalaw? Kita ano? Kita, okay. So, the second row, di ba kita? Itong second row, sige, I'll be downloading this file and I'll be sharing it na naka-PDF para mas makita ninyo. Wait lang. Visible na po ating share screen. Guys, is it visible on your end? Okay. So yan. So I think kita na naman na. Okay, going back. This one is pertaining to 0.25 grams. This is the concentration which is 0.50. I think this is just a typo. 0.50 grams. This is the 0.75 grams. 0.50 ba yung ginamit namin? If I'm mistaken, yeah, it's 0.5. Okay. So, mag-focus na lang tayo din sa 0.25. No. So, recall, plastic viscosity, reading in 600 minus reading in 300. So, this is 18 minus 13.67. So, that's why we have the plastic viscosity of 4.33. Next, we have the tau y or the yield point. For tau y naman, ang magiging case po is the reading in 300 minus the plastic viscosity. So reading in 300 minus the plastic viscosity that you have computed. So that's why the yield point would be 9.33. 333. Okay? Ano nga po ang unit ng mga yan? Anong yung unit ng yield point? Given ba siya sa PowerPoint? If I'm not mistaken, given siya sa PowerPoint. Unit for yield point. Guys. Yes, Ivan. Happy birthday, Ivan.
Sir, thank you po. LB for Fit Cube po.
Wait lang, wait lang. Hindi ko rinig at nawala ang aking. Kaya pala medyo malakas ang feel ko rinig niyo yung background noise kanina. Ngayon okay na. Hindi pala nakakonect ang aking headset. Okay, go ahead Ivan.
Sir, pound per Fit Cube ka po.
Pound per,
Fit Cube po.
yeah, I think that's right for particularly for this rotation. But basically, yield point is pertaining to yield stress, I mean yield strength, no. However, yung unit na ginagamit is in pressure, kagaya ng PSI, but ang ginamit is pound per 100 feet square, no. So yun yung ginagamit sa oil and gas industry. Pound per 100 pound per 100 feet square. Okay. So going back, we have here 9.33 for the yield point. Then ano pa yung ating hinahanap? We have naman the shear stress. For the shear stress naman, we just need to directly substitute all based on our formula here. Diba we are to find this or yung tau or yung the shear stress. For the yield point, ang na-compute natin was 9.33. So, technically, in order for us to find tau, that's 9.33 plus yung na-compute nating plastic viscosity, this is the plastic viscosity, multiplied with the shear rate. So, saan galing itong shear rate? This one is given po sa ating problem. Nagigets? Nakakasunod po lahat. Then, upon computation, we can get a value of 2,176 for shear stress. Okay. So those are for the rheological property, yield point, plastic viscosity, and the shear stress. Okay. So for the 10-second jaw strength and the 10-minute jaw strength. So paano yan kinukuha? So titigilin mo yung pag-ikot or yung rotation ng ating rotational viscometer. Then after 10 seconds, you take note of the reading or the dial reading. So that would be the 10-second jaw strength. Then after 10 minutes, you take note the dial reading. So that would be the 10-minute jaw strength. So imagine if you have three some three trials per sample. So for each sample, aabot ito talaga ng mahigit isang oras. Hindi naman isang oras but less than an hour. But it would definitely be more than 30 minutes. Kasi doon pa lang sa tatlong trials, that's 3 times 10 minutes. That's already half an hour. That's why, yan, medyo time consuming talaga siya. Kaya pinilit namin na paabutin na siya ay um, 3 trials lang. Question. So basically, yung 10 second and 10 minute jump strength is just the average ng tatlong trial. Average itong 16.67, saan siya galing? Average lang po nito. Yung 21.3, average lang po na rin. Nakukuha. Nakukuha po. Question. Actually, diga this is the formula for yield point. But we can derive another formula wherein you don't need to find the plastic viscosity na. Magbe-base na lang tayo mismo sa reading ng 300 at 600. So, paano? Di ba this is the original formula? Let's say this is tau. Baliktad pala. Pag ganun palang ano. So, we have tau y, or the, tau y, which is the yield point. So, we have the reading in 300. So, let's say R 300 na lang. Then, we know that the formula for plastic viscosity is reading in 600 minus, that's reading in 600 minus reading in 300. Since we have here a negative value, pwede natin siya i-distribute for each term. We will have R300 minus R600. Then, negative times negative, magiging positive siya or plus R300. So, basically, we can derive another formula for yield point, which is yung R300 natin dalawa. So, siya ay 2 R300 or yung reading sa 300 minus R600. So, this is our new formula for our yield point without us needing to find yung ating plastic viscosity. Di na natin required hanapin yung plastic viscosity. If halimbawa yield point lang yung tinanong. Okay, so this is the formula. You try it with this example. Try 2 times reading 300. This is reading 300. So that's basically 41 over 2. Diga? 41 over 2 ang 13.667. That's 3 over 3 pala, I mean. We multiply it by 2 minus yung R16 which is 18. Anong sagot? 2 times 41 over 3 minus 18. Ano pong sagot?
9.3333.
9.333 which is the same po dito sa ating na-compute kanina. Tama po. Questions? Ano yun? Ba't may yield point ka ganun sa term mo? Yan. May questions pa? Nagets na. Madali lang, diga. So, I think that's it for our for our class. So, itinuro ko lang siya sa inyo para manghabol kayo sa O2 kasi we, I think, hindi tayo makapag-meet tomorrow since there would be a program or an event sa gym with regards sa sa Teachers Day celebration. Do you have any question with regards po sa ating naging discussion? Guys? Okay. So by next week, since we will be having one meeting on Monday, then another meeting on Wednesday kasi that's for our makeup class. That would be online naman. So no problem with that. Then another meeting, actually yung mga regular meetings natin would be face to face lahat diga since we have rooms. So magiging Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday yung ating meeting for next week. Including na yung Wednesday na makeup class. So siguro by Friday, by Friday, we'll have the quiz before tayo mag-midterms. Quiz number 1. No, so that will cover all the topics or subjects or concepts under chapters 1 and 1 to 4 if matapos natin yung 1 to 4. Question? Questions po for the discussion today about rheological properties. Wala na pong question? Sure? Ba't yung mga nakasad react? Ba't mga nakasad react ang mga OAT na ito? Okay, so if you don't... Yes, Shelo. Yung gayon. Sino kang ginagayat diyan?
Sir, kung pwede daw pag Thursday yung exam. Ang gugulo nyo ga.
Bakit Thursday? Ba't ayaw ng Friday?
Sir, may quiz po kasi kaming well test.
Uy, ano naman, yun nga ang practice nyo ngayon sa midterm kasi magkasabay ang well test at training sa midterm. Magkasabay sa schedule. Practice nyo na yun. Ano ba, parang ano lang, para lang masanay, sanayan ba? Probably Friday kasi siguro mabibitin tayo ng 3 meetings pa. Kaya Friday siya. Kasi kung gawin natin Thursday, yung 2 meetings, bitin na bitin 1.5 at 1.5 lang yun. Medyo marami pa tayong i-discuss na problem solving. Mas possible pa na na may bagyo next week. So, probability na maging Friday is 81.73%. May questions pa? Before ko i-end ang inyong ang meeting ang inyong ang inyong guys.
Wala na po.
May nakalimutan pala ako. Nakalimutan ko magpo-open cam before mag-discuss. Yaman, never mind. Hindi magkakasama eh. At ang
Thank you,
ginawa.
sir. Ang kagulo yung ka.
So yan, if you don't have any more question, think that would be all. Kumusta sa Cebu? Joshua Garcia.
Malakas po yung lindol.
Rico.
Ayan, if you don't have any question, I think that would be all. Thank you po for attending our class.
Thank you, sir.